back to Winning Law. I'm attorney David Nguyen with offices in Houston, Texas. And today we're going to go over the 3 major changes to U.S. immigration laws in the last 2 to 3 weeks. The first major change to U.S. immigration laws includes the creation of a denaturalization section. Now on February 27, 2020, the Department of Justice announced that they created a denaturalization section. Now what this means is that the Department of Justice is going to look at prior naturalization applications, and if they determine that an applicant lied on their naturalization application, they're going to focus on areas such as criminal history and also deportation history, and if an applicant lied, they're going to try to strip away the naturalization benefits. Now the main question that you probably are asking is that, should I be concerned about the denaturalization section, especially if you filed the naturalization application in the past, you don't remember what you put on there, or that you filed it and you looked over the application and you determined that there were some areas that you were not entirely forthcoming. In 2017, a Supreme Court case made it harder for the government to pursue denaturalization cases. The court rejected the Trump administration's argument that any false statement on a citizenship application, even a misstatement that had no impact on a decision, could later be a basis for revoking citizenship. There are high standards for prosecuting a denaturalization case. If the government alleges someone gained citizenship by lying, the government must prove that a false statement sufficiently altered those processes as to have influenced the award of citizenship. So between 1990 to 2017, the U.S. government has only pursued 300 denaturalization cases. And in the last 3 years alone, the Department of Justice has only pursued 94 denaturalization cases. So what this means is that it's very difficult for the government to denaturalize a person once they obtain their citizenship. The second major change to U.S. immigration laws is a determination by a federal judge on March 1st, 2020. On this date, a federal judge determined that the appointment of Mr. Ken Cuccinelli as acting director of U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services was unlawful. This is important because he made major changes to U.S. asylum laws that made it very difficult for people to seek asylum in the United States. Now, Mr. Cuccinelli made 2 major policy changes to U.S. asylum laws. The first major change was that he determined that, he made a rule that when a person enters the U.S. and they are seeking asylum, instead of having 48 hours to collect themselves and calm themselves and prepare themselves for the asylum and credible fear interview, now they only have 24 hours to prepare. Now, this is very detrimental because a lot of asylum seekers, they enter the U.S. because they're being persecuted in their home country, and now they're seeking refuge. And once they enter the U.S., instead of giving them a reasonable amount of time to calm down and collect themselves, the U.S. government is only now giving them 24 hours to prepare for a credible fear interview. And this is just simply uncalled for. Now, the second major policy change was that Mr. Cuccinelli made it difficult for asylum officers to delay credible fear interviews. So if a person asked for an extension for whatever reason, they were sick, they were traumatized, Mr. Cuccinelli made it difficult for them to request any extension. The third major change to U.S. immigration laws involves laws that were implemented to handle issues related to the coronavirus or COVID-19.
With today announced new travel restrictions, with more possibly to come as the coronavirus pandemic spreads, affecting every part of American life. Today, confirmed cases across the country topped 2,400. 52 people have died. West Virginia is now the only state without a confirmed case.
The Pentagon is telling service members and their families not to travel domestically. Should all Americans follow that same advice?
Well, if you don't have to travel, I would.
Democrats, including Nevada Congresswoman Denaturalization, are concerned some immigrants might not get tested or treated for coronavirus.
If people are afraid that they might lose their status, might lose their green card if they go to get health care.
In a hearing earlier this week, Cuccinelli told Congresswoman Titus he does not think the public charge rule should be suspended in reaction to the coronavirus outbreak.
Because it's completely unrelated. Anyone seeking help or testing or health care related to the coronavirus does not affect a public charge analysis.
Democrats say they want assurances in writing that coronavirus assistance will not be used against people in their immigration proceedings.
Tonight, the Trump administration's 30-day European travel ban growing wider to include the UK and Ireland amid the coronavirus pandemic.
The president has made a decision to suspend all travel to the United Kingdom and Ireland effective midnight Monday night.
Vice President Mike Pence adding that American citizens and legal U.S. residents in countries affected by the ban will still be able to return home through 13 designated U.S. airports for screening.
But those Americans are being encouraged to return home and self-quarantine for 14 days.
With USCIS, if you filed a case within the United States and you're waiting for a decision from USCIS, such as biometrics notice or an interview notice, if your interview comes up and you experience any flu-like symptoms, USCIS is encouraging you to just give them a call and reschedule your appointment. They do not want you to appear if you have flu-like symptoms. Now, even though the USCIS has encouraged applicants to stay home if they experience flu-like symptoms, it's not the same thing with the Executive Office of Immigration Review. If you have a master calendar hearing or individual hearing, you still want to show up because as of today, they are not canceling any of those appointments. So these are the top 3 major changes to U.S. immigration laws. Again, I'm attorney David Nguyen, and we hope that we have made immigration easy to understand.
At David Nguyen's Law Office, we are here to help you. We bring families together through immigration. And on the other hand, we help you find solutions. All your legal needs in the hands of people who care, who are there for you. We'll take care of your loved ones at the Law Office of David